Greetings everyone, and welcome to today's video. Now, I've yet to do a single reaction like this before, but today, we are going to be reacting to something completely different. Completely new. We are going to be reacting to Nintendo patent rejected Palworld WINS by Fritunga Plays, otherwise known by me as Frit. So the thing is, there has been an ongoing lawsuit between Nintendo and Pocket Pair for well over 2 years. And let's just put it this way. Nintendo has been taking L after L after L after L after L, and it's fucking funny as fuck. It's absolutely funny as all shit. Because apparently Nintendo has been trying to patent basic gameplay mechanics that they did not start themselves. Where you throw creatures and have them fight other creatures, have them like throw balls and have them caught in other balls, and use them as mounts. Like trying to get somewhere, whether it's like horseback gliding, riding like via the sky, land, sea, air, any mount. In a lot of other games, Nintendo is trying to claim that they started first. Well, guess what that is, ladies and gentlemen? That is fucking bullshit and downright a deceptive lie. So anyways, in this video, we're going to see what Frit has to say about it. I'm going to provide my own feedback as well at the same time. Because when I try to look at the GameFray page through OBS, and it's appearing as a black background, so I can barely see anything. So I'm going to do it through Frit. So let's get the video started, shall we? And this is a cameo to the SpongeBob intro. But it's not entirely SpongeBob. Let's just get the show started.
Are you ready, paisas? I can hear you. Oh, who lives in the pueblo with tacos galore?
Horchata!
Spicy and proud, he's Mexican to the core.
Horchata!
If salsa and sun are the life you pursue,
Horchata!
then grab a piñata, he's got one for you.
Horchata!
Fritanga place.
Horchata!
Fritanga place.
Horchata!
Fritanga place. Fritanga place.
Now, the thing about this video, what we heard just now, that sounded like a whistle going, that is indeed in SpongeBob. But this is Fritunga Plays. This is how he starts his intro now. So yeah.
Suffer, Nintendo! Suffer! No, this is not an April Fool's joke. It is legitimate. I am glad to finally and hopefully be the first to tell you that today Nintendo lost the long 2+ year battle against Pocket Pair. Seems to finally be coming to an end as Nintendo's patents were finally rejected by the United States.
Yeah, apparently Nintendo even tried to sue the US government. What fucking fools. Am I right? Like, come on. They're in another country trying to sue the US government over tariffs. basically over money that they think they have the right to have. Guess what, Nintendo? What gets given through tariffs does not belong to you. Are you going to get that money? No. You didn't earn that money. The US government did. That money belongs to the US government, not to you. Bunch of greedy pricks.
Capitalism loves you.
And here, maybe, perhaps, it's the US pulling an April Fool's joke on Nintendo. Perhaps they told them, hey, come in. We got good news for ya.
I highly doubt that the patents out here for Nintendo being rejected is an April Fool's joke. I doubt that. I see that as Nintendo getting what they deserve. Yet another lawsuit L. Do they deserve another lawsuit L? Fuck yes. They're litigious. They're greedy. Going after smaller people like Pocket Pair, trying to get the game shut down. Like what a bunch of pricks. What a bunch of jealous, greedy, tyrannical pricks who need to lose.
Psych, bitches! This is the legal version of Hiroshima.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Welcome
Yeah, she is.
back to the channel. Fratanga Plays here. As you can tell, I can't contain myself. I have been waiting a long time for Nintendo to finally get their asses handed to them. And as a
I've been looking forward to Nintendo taking another L as well, Frit. And honestly, it's well deserved.
celebration, why don't you smash that subscribe button?
Yeah, also subscribe to Frit as well as me. Frit, if you're watching this, I hope you don't mind that I reacted to the video of yours. Hope you don't mind.
Get to 130,000 subs, I will do what I promised a while ago and play La Cucaracha for you live on camera. I'm not even joking. You guys will have one of the ugliest faces to meme on the internet. Well, you've already seen my face, but you haven't seen me in
I haven't.
action. Onlysticks.com. Okay, let's not waste your time. Let me just deliver you the salt, the precious, delicious red salt. This, of course, comes from Windows Central. Nintendo's Summon and Fight patent has been rejected by the US government. All 26 claims under the controversial patent have been deemed unoriginal in a non-final ruling. Now, as you may
Is the ruling final as of right now? At the moment, no. Should it be finalized at some point? Yes. When that will be? Who knows? I sure don't. I got news for you, Nintendo. Suffer. Suffer, Nintendo. Suffer. Take another L, Nintendo. Because at this point, you deserve it. You deserve another L. And let this be the first ever W for Pocket Pair and Palworld. Let this be their first ever W. Their first ever lawsuit win. That is well deserved. Nintendo deserves the L. Pocket Pair deserves the W. Will they get the W? Hopefully. Because they deserve it. Nintendo does not.
recall last year in September 2025, the US Patent and Trademark Office granted Nintendo a patent covering a mechanic where a character is thrown to summon another character for automatic battle, similar to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This and another patent covering the riding/flying system drew criticism for being too broad. For a second, we thought did the US let us down, the land of opportunity. It gave me a chance to talk to patent expert Florian Moeller. And if you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave a link down below to our discussion. It's a great one, where he believed at the moment perhaps the United States Patent Office had temporarily approved of this because it had bypassed a major flaw in their system that made it simply too easy to allow Nintendo to receive the approval. But then the United States halted said patent for a short bit, and then silence. We heard nothing. Pokopia got announced. Pal Farm got announced at the same time. It seemed as if though Nintendo had everything in their favor. It was considered a monumental failure on the US patent system. The criticism obviously hit, and now it has led to this grand moment where, as of today, I'm not even kidding, on April 1st of all fucking days, the United States decides to reject said patent, which was completely absurd to begin with. Nintendo's crusade against Palworld just got a reality check from the US government as Summon and Fight patent rejected.
The fact that the patents got rejected, hallelujah. I should put it that way. Were they all supposed to be rejected? Yes. Were they all rejected right away? No. At some point, 24 of them were. But now, all 26 have been rejected. Take that, Nintendo. You greedy, tyrannical pricks. I usually don't talk about guys like that. I grew up playing your guys' games ever since I was a child. Ever since I was first introduced to Nintendo consoles. My first ever console of Nintendo's as a child was the Nintendo 64. And my first ever Pokemon game for that console was Pokemon Stadium. Now, it was a good console. Looked decent when I was a kid. Because I guess I used to like a lot of colors. In a way, I still do. I will revisit the Nintendo 64 games to kind of bring back that childhood that I had growing up. But anyways, the fact that all 26 claims of Nintendo's was rejected in a non-final ruling. Oh, well deserved for Nintendo. They deserve those patents to be rejected. Because none of those patents that Nintendo has at the moment is original. Isn't original or new. Because these mechanics that have been in Palworld and Pokemon have been around for generations. For years. And Nintendo, let's just put it this way. Nintendo was not the first to use them. They're going to try and act like they were. But yeah, that's just them being delusional and wrong. Because they're litigious and greedy and jealous of the amount of money that Palworld has brought Pocket Pair. So they thought, hey, let's just sue Pocket Pair for what was within Palworld. Because we have these patents. So let's enforce them. But yeah, next, those very patents. At first they were accepted. Temporarily, of course. But then days go by. Next, silence. And we hear that 24 patent of the patents have been rejected. And then more silence after that. And then now, around April 1st, which was yesterday, even more patents are apparently rejected. Which means all 26 has been rejected. Now, does Nintendo have the time to appeal that decision? Yes. They have 2 months. They have 2 months tops to appeal. Will they try to appeal it though? Maybe. They might. They might not. Hopefully they don't. Because otherwise, Pocket Pair will just provide even more evidence and proof. Even if Nintendo does try and appeal, Pocket Pair just shows even more proof and evidence to prove Nintendo's claim wrong, which would try and drag it out even longer. Now, this lawsuit has been going on long enough. Like, no joke. It's been going on long enough. And honestly, it's for the best that this lawsuit comes and goes. And it ends with a loss for Nintendo and a victory for Pocket Pair.
All 26 claims under the controversial patent have been deemed unoriginal in a non-final ruling.
That's because none of them were original or new. Like I said already. None of them were original or new. So it makes sense that they got rejected.
Surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay?
Non-final, so keep in mind, there's like a 1% chance, or more like a 0.1% chance that could change, but it's highly unlikely because, as you may know, this patent covers various gameplay mechanics that are almost considered universal in the world of video games. It was too broad. It would have been Nintendo practically hijacked.
Not only was it too broad, but it's also way too vague. Like, way too vague. Too vague and too broad.
A major part of the industry and having so much power and being able to dictate something as simple as summoning or commanding characters to fight or mounting creatures, something that a majority of video games use. I mean,
He's not wrong there. A mass amount of video games use those mechanics that Nintendo is trying to claim as being theirs. And once again, Nintendo, if you guys are watching this, you guys were not the first to use those mechanics. You guys are being deceptive and dishonest and trying to act like you guys were the first to use them, when in fact, you were not. So I grew up playing your guys' consoles, Nintendo. I still might, even if you guys lose this lawsuit against Pocket Pair, that you guys didn't basically started to waste everyone's time. Everyone's time and wasting your money as well. Everyone's time and money is what you're wasting right now, Nintendo. You guys are wasting a lot of time and money over this, knowing that you're going to lose. You guys know you were not going to win this. So if the ruling is in favor of Pocket Pair, well then, Nintendo, you guys deserve the loss. And you guys are going to accept that loss and not act like petty and jealous brats, trying to act like the ruling would just be unjust and that it should go on even longer when it don't. Now, this is the message to Nintendo directly. You guys may not like competition or anything like that. You guys need the competition. Having competition is not a bad thing. You guys may think and claim it is, but it's actually not. Having competition is what will make you guys do better with your own games. Having competition does not Does that mean treat them like they're Gary from Pokemon and you Ash? No. Nintendo, Pocket Pair is in the same fucking country as you. They should be seen as allies, not as enemies. Both of you are in the same country. Pocket Pair is in the same country. You're in the same country. Nintendo, you guys should not be acting like spoiled brats, trying to dig down a company that's not even trying to overthrow you guys. Palworld exists solely to show you guys that you guys need to do better. That you guys need to go back to making good games again. So what you guys are putting out already. Now, I haven't played anything in such games that have been out. At some point, I will get more games from other Nintendo Switch, so I can at least give them a play and give them a try. But as of right now, I'm trying to save out to where there can be a desktop computer where I'm at right now, and what's here right now being back in my room, where it belongs. So that way, eventually I can do an upgrade, a PC upgrade to a PC with a bigger storage space, and have more USB ports, so I can eventually start doing Nintendo Switch streams. Because I do have the what is it called? I do have Elgato programs on my desktop computer already right now. However, I don't have a physical Elgato. So that's gonna be the one thing I'm gonna need in order to do Nintendo Switch streams. Is an Elgato and the right kind of capture card. So yeah, I'm going to be saving up a lot of money. Like a lot. To get everything I'm going to need for Nintendo Switch streams in the future.
You don't need me to explain this to you. Nintendo wasn't trying to protect their intellectual property here with Pokemon. They were seizing an opportunity to grow the amount of legal power they have because they're an evil company. With the help of our friends over at GameSpray, we've been following Nintendo's aggressive legal posturing against Palworld creator Pocket Pair in both patent infringement challenge in Japan that's currently ongoing, and what looked to be Nintendo building a patent army in the US in preparation for a filing and legal challenge closer to home. In Nintendo's attempt to catch them all and collect a bunch of legal filings specifically designed to trap the Palworld creators in litigation, they got a controversial summon and fight patent through the US Patent and Trademark. Yeah, well, we already know this. In this case, the USPTO examiner hasn't even looked at a single video game to prove Nintendo was overreaching. Instead, they looked at Nintendo's own history. The examiner in this case has dismantled the patent entirely, combining several pieces of paperwork to show that Nintendo wasn't inventing anything new. Again, they have looked into prior art and previous filings to prove that Nintendo's so-called invention in this patent was actually a rehash of what's come before. And that is true. Not a single patent that Nintendo was trying to claim was anything they created. I think
Exactly. Everything that Nintendo has gotten patents for, they didn't make themselves. They weren't the first to make them. They weren't the first to use them. That's just Nintendo being a bunch of deceptive pricks.
people give Nintendo way too much credit in this industry because Nintendo.
Not me. I just enjoy the games and buy their products.
Nintendo hasn't ever really created. They didn't even create handheld gaming. They
did not
create handheld gaming that uses cartridges. They did
not
create platformers. Nintendo
They didn't create platforms.
Nintendo is very well known for popularizing video games and
Yep.
making them mainstream, but their ego is so far up their ass.
Indeed, their ego is so bad, it's not even funny.
I don't think even P. Diddy Oil can get it out. So the fourth
Probably not. But so high up, like you're in a plane, right high up in the sky. It's that bad.
filings used to discredit Nintendo claims were Tora, one of Nintendo's own 2019 patents. This patent already covered the core basics of summoning a sub-character to fight alongside a player. By using this, the USPTO argued that Nintendo was trying to patent the same idea twice.
The fact that they are trying to do it twice is fucking crazy.
Nintendo's retarded just to make it a more effective weapon. Oh my god, they were filing the same patent twice. They really hate Pocket Pair, and you know why they hate Pocket Pair. You know why they hate Palworld? Because it outsold Pokemon. Because
That it did. Palworld basically sold way more than Pokemon did. And that basically hurt Nintendo's fees. And you know what they're doing now? Trying to sue Pocket Pair and Palworld, trying to get money that they didn't earn, and then trying to act like they deserve that money when they don't.
because it shattered records on Steam. It made
It made so many sales on Steam. Like a lot of sales. Like, let me read you guys how many players Palworld has. Wait, what show? How many players it has? Okay, it's not gonna show. It's not gonna show how many players that probably has on Steam. But I will show this. Look at how many hours that I put into this game. Last time I played this was March 27th. And the amount of hours that I put into this game is 618.6 hours. And this is on Steam. It's there on Steam. 618.6 hours that I have put into Palworld. Have I put that many hours into any Pokemon game? Probably not. Not that much. Like, damn. $618.6 that I have put into Palworld. And I was checking my notifications.
Made more money than most video games in history ever have, which has led Palworld to having its own trading card games.
The fact that Palworld is going to get its own trading card game and all that, I actually look forward to that. Will I buy the cards? Yes. Will I watch the other stuff? Yes. Will I continue to play Palworld, despite there not being a whole lot to do in the game after completing everything else? Yes. I will continue to play Palworld all the way until it ceases to exist, which will not happen because of Nintendo. Nintendo will not be the end of Palworld. It will not.
Having its own spin-off titles like Pal Farm and perhaps.
Will I also play Pal Farm? Yes. Will I play the other Palworld game? Just as well as Pal Farm? Yes. Anything involving Palworld, whether it's game, show, card, anything like that, I will get it. If the other games cost money, Pal Farm, that Palworld dating sim, those cost money, I will be buying those too. Now you're playing the absolute shit out of them, as well as collecting a bunch of Palworld merch. Same with Anima. I would do the same with Anima as well. I'll play Anima a lot. There's nothing left to do. I'll get the merch as well. Plushies, any cards, any figures, anything like that. I will get it.
Perhaps one day, who knows, maybe its own TV series and movies. So
I look forward to that.
they have to shut that down as soon as possible. And this is an example of that desperation.
Yep, Nintendo is getting way too desperate. That they got their fifis hurt like a little kid, and they're acting like a spoiled brat. Bunch of greedy, tyrannical pricks.
Dating back to the PS2 era, this Konami patent described characters having two distinct battle modes. One where they act on their own, auto, and one where the player gives direct orders. So Nintendo didn't even have that. They didn't even create it. Motokuro, whatever, another Nintendo filing from 2020. This one dealt with how characters are positioned and moved within a 3D space during gameplay transitions. It was used to prove that the technical way Palworld handles spawning monsters wasn't a new invention either, which was complete bullshit. And then Shimomoto. This 2019 filing from Bandai Namco provided the missing link. It described the specific logic of how a game determines where a summoned character should appear in relation to the player, and referencing a combination of these patents as a counter-argument against the one Nintendo has been trying to secure. The USPTO has essentially told Nintendo they are just describing game mechanics that Konami, Bandai Namco, and even Nintendo themselves have already had on the books for many years prior. It's important to note the term non-final. Nintendo still has a 2-month window to respond.
They do. Starting from April 1st. Which means they have until June 1st to respond.
And this period can be extended if Nintendo requests it. Even when the decision is final, it can be appealed. So it really is a case of seeing whether Nintendo will take this line down. They can still tweak the language of the patent to be more specific. However, the total rejection of all 26 claims here is significant. It's much harder for Nintendo to amend when normally at least a few of them would survive. There's no new news on the Nintendo versus Pocket Pair case taking place in Japan right now. And since that drama kicked off, even more games that bear similarities to Pokemon have been launched or announced. Anemo, for example. And
this is where he brings up Anemo, where he said, when he refers to as Anemo. I say Anemo. He says Anemo, though. So we pronounce it two different ways. But we're both saying the same thing.
it's because the rest of the industry is finally not scared of Nintendo.
Like, for example, look at Paw Print Studio, or what they're doing for Anemo. They're not scared of Nintendo. They're making Anemo, which is, in a way, a similar Pokemon game that is in a 3D space. Kind of like Pokemon Legends Arceus, as well as Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Did Nintendo do that first? No. But Nintendo try and claim that they did? Probably.
Palworld and Pocket Pair have done the impossible. They exposed Nintendo for being a petty, very envious, and insecure corporation who you
Also greedy. And petty and just. Don't forget those three, Frit.
don't have to take bullshit from. You can live.
Nobody has to take Nintendo's bullshit. Hell, even if Nintendo would ever try and go after me, I'm not gonna take their bullshit. Because I'm making my own games too. And I'm a solo dev. Of course, I'm also making Pokemon fan games that I can't make money with. I don't mind. I'm making Pokemon fan games solely to show my respect to Pokemon, as well as give fans exactly what they want. The type of Pokemon game that has all of the Pokemon in one game, as well as the national Dex. Will I be making money with the Pokemon fan games? Nope. All free. Just like the demo for my upcoming game, Nightblade Mystic Adventure, which I actually will be doing some work on tonight. I'll be checking events and all that, making sure everything looks good. And if everything looks peachy perfect and Gucci, then I will be releasing the demo for free on itch.io. And eventually I will be putting it on Steam too. I don't mind it going on Steam. Whichever brings in the moolah for it, I will not mind. Whether it's itch.io or Steam. Whichever is fine with me.
Literally be a studio that starts from nothing and then one day blow up having one of the biggest games in the world and use that power to fuck Nintendo in court and expose that they are not that big bully they think they are. It's like watching the United States government troll Nintendo all over social media and Nintendo not do a thing about it when under...
Even I find that funny as fuck. That's hilarious. And no, that wasn't a sarcastic laugh. That was a legit and meaningful laugh. Now that was sarcastic. But still, the point still stands. I find it funny that this is going on.
In most circumstances, there would be the type of bully that would call that one New York card shop that got robbed at gunpoint. And instead of telling them, we're sorry to hear that, they tell them, hey, stop using our brand name for your business or we're gonna sue. That's the type of ruthless, aggressive business Nintendo is. So forgive me if I'm too excited about watching Nintendo get shat on, but they absolutely deserve to lose this case. I don't see a single solid argument why they shouldn't. Most people are describing this moment as the equivalent to Hitler's death announcement. I love the hate Nintendo gets these days because it's so well deserved. So
It's actually very deserved. Because with how litigious and petty that Nintendo has gone lately, very well deserved. So yeah.
2 months is what they have to respond, and I question what can Nintendo come up with to secure and get those patents. Everybody online is saying, good, absolutely foolish it was even a patent to begin with, considering Pokemon wasn't even the first one to utilize this mechanic. Even
It was not.
as far back as D&D, you could summon monsters / animals as a wizard.
This kind of thing started all the way in Dungeons and Dragons, the tabletop game. So this kind of thing has been going on around for generations, all the way until tabletop Dungeons and Dragons started.
Druid or a similar class to fight for you. I mean, it dates even further back than actual electronic video games, but it's never been attempted to be patented. Nintendo was the first to attempt to patent this, and it was all because they're seizing the opportunity to try and legally shut down Palworld. Why? I don't know. I
don't know why either, Frit. You may not know why, but neither do I.
don't think Palworld will ever dethrone Pokemon as the highest grossing intellectual property.
It won't. But will it continue to be fun? Hell yes.
But that doesn't matter to Nintendo. They're insecure. Good. The worse it is for Nintendo, the better. They are not a good company. Square Enix and Atlas should countersue Nintendo. That would be so fucking funny. Honestly, do it. Do it, Square. Do it. Good. Overgeneralized patents are bad.
Yeah, Square Enix. Do it.
For any industry. Indeed they are. We knew this was going to happen way back in November when the US Patent Office ordered a re-examination of one of Nintendo's patents because they had approved something that was quite crucial to the industry. Something that could have reshaped the whole environment once and for all. Something that could have reshaped it for the worst. Handing Nintendo over that kind of power is diabolical. And the US Patent Office may have taken a long ass time, but it finally happened. Without this patent, I don't think they can actually win against Palworld in any country, not even Japan, especially not the United States. All while the biggest upcoming update for Palworld, Palworld 1.0, is going to be massive apparently. Pocket Pair Publishing lead John Buckley says Palworld is going to be the survival crafting game everyone wanted. That's funny because he realizes what it is. But Nintendo thinks it's a Pokemon clone, when in reality, it's far from being a Pokemon clone. It's a survival crafting game that's closer to Ark Survival. And I can't wait to see what that update is. And then in China, you got...
I actually look forward to that update as well, Fred. Version 1.0 for Palworld is indeed coming, and I look forward to it. Just like I look forward to Anima's full release in the summer.
Got another Palworld mobile-like game called Roku Kingdom World Mobile, which of course you can only play in China, so you're gonna need third-party apps to help you access that. But clearly we're reaching that fine age of Pokemon alternatives, games that have Pokemon capture-like mechanics, but are far more expansive as video games than anything Pokemon could ever be. And that is why Game Freak cannot afford to fuck up Winds and Waves. That is why they're going all out with that title. Finally giving you water that looks like it's from, 2015.
Yeah, the graphics from what I saw for the trailer for Pokemon Winds and Waves actually look pretty decent. And like actual water.
All in all, this is probably the best news to be getting on April 1st. And please don't think I'm April Foolsing you. I know a lot of people are gonna think this is April Fool's. Fred uploaded the video we all want on April Fool's. We were all leaving, we were all unsubbing, we didn't want to be a part of this shit-ass channel that wasn't giving us our red salt. And now he's gonna pull an April Fool's joke on us? It's not even, it's real. That's the worst part. Worst timing imaginable. But the best news to be receiving, isn't it? As always, like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe, because I told you to. And with that being said, I will see you in the next. I wanna sue the best like no one ever has. These pals look like mine. Yo, Nintendo's on your ass. Lamball, Fox Parks, Pangolins Wild, Nintendo saw it ain't too mild. Kativa, Cinema, Taco flying, but the Pokemon lawyers, yeah, they spying. Gotta sue 'em all. Pocket pair, I'll search across the land, look far and wide, throw spheres from my hand, the power that's inside. War 6, creeping, Grizzbolt shot, Nintendo kicked the courtroom door unlocked, cease and desist with that classic flair. Yo, that's Pikachu just with more hair. Sue them.
He was kind of saying that Sparky looks like Pikachu but with more hair. Funny.
Sue them all, gotta sue them all. Pocket pair! Daydream, Flambell, Tansy, Bristler, Depressor, Godfin, Lysandra, Reptiro, Blazma, Dudma, Astrodon, Menstein, Cineram, Relaxosaurus, Univault, Tetris. Gotta sue them all, gotta sue them all. Gotta sue them all, gotta sue them all. Gotta sue them all. Chickapee, Bitsy, Ruby, T-Fam, B-Guard, Digitoys, Penking, Bear Dash, Arsa, Rushwar, Capriti, Mel, Takabushi, Wixen, X-Ear, Deer, Nightwing! Oh my god. At least 100 more to see. Whose idea was to copy them is my destiny. Oh my god. Lunaris, Orser, Kitsune, Dinosaur, Lily, Anubis, Valeris, Suzaku, Aqua, Jet Dragon, Hellfire, Frost Stallion, Knock, Quiver, that's all. What's that? We got a cease and desist? This rap's not even out. What do you mean we gotta continue? Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. Gotta sue 'em all, gotta sue 'em all. Mao, Chill It, Dire Hell Dash, reminding folks of the Nintendo cash. Palworld Lit said gamers online, but the legal team said they crossed the line. You wanna copy the best, but truth is we stole our designs from Dragon.
Yeah, this has been going on as well. How this is supposed. Duat is probably looking like this. Golbat looking like this. Caterpie looking like this. Nidoran looking like this. Pinsir looking like this. Almanac looking like this. Shoulder looking like that. Rhyhorn looking like that. Derpy Psyduck looking like that. Gyarados looking like that. Aerodactyl looking like that. Geodude looking like that. Coughing looking like that. Growlithe looking like that. Gastly looking like that. Krabby looking like that. Pidgeotto looking like that. And Dragonite looking like that. Just by looking at this alone, you guys can easily tell, just by this, that Pokemon's not original. It's not original. Take a good look at this and see the comparison being made between Pokemon and Dragon Quest. This Dragon Quest specifically. Oh, you're done looking at it now? Okay. Oh shit.
Sweepa, Floppy, Lavender, Elizabeth, Ragnarhawk, Cyberlux, Masando, Lux, Fuddler, Belanoir, Xenolord, Jormantide, Shadowbreak, Palladius, Necromancer, Blazema, Ryu. God.
What about Xenogar and Xenovator? Those are Xenos. Like Xenolord.
Gotta sue 'em up. Gotta take those critters down to court. Gotta ensure that Palworld gets no single port. Gotta sue 'em up. Gotta take those critters down to court. Make sure Palworld never gets a port. Gotta sue 'em up.
Free Congo subs ass.
Dang up lazy.
So yeah, that has been Fertinga's take on the ongoing Nintendo versus Pocket Pair lawsuit at the moment. Myself, I think that what's happening with Nintendo is well deserved. And that Nintendo needs to lose. Nintendo needs to lose that lawsuit they started with Pocket Pair unreasonably. And Pocket Pair and the Palworld deserve their first ever lawsuit W. So yeah. I hope you don't mind that I reacted to your video, Frit. I will be linking this in the correct channel. And you will be tagged in the description of the video, as well as the link to your video. Well, this video exactly. So this has been VtuberNMADev21 reacting to a video by Fertinga Plays. Nintendo patent rejected, Palworld wins. I mean, technically they are winning at this point. Nintendo, though... Nintendo, though, is losing. And it's deserved. So, is Pocket Pair and Palworld winning at this point? Answer is yes. Is Nintendo losing at this point? Yes. Will Nintendo continue to take L after L after L after L after L after L? Yes. Is it deserved? Yes. Did it deserve any more W's? No. Will they probably get more W's though? Probably. Depending on who they sue next. Hell, even if they have to go after the creators of Animo, give it the same ending, with Paw Print Studio being the winner and Nintendo being the loser. At this point, though, I highly doubt Nintendo's going to go after Animo as well. If they do, though, I hope Nintendo continues to suffer. Just like Frit, I hope Nintendo continues to suffer and get even more L's. Even after the lawsuit against Pocket Pair and Palworld. L after L after L after L after L after L. I hope Nintendo gets more L's than W's. Only time we'll find out if the result comes in and Pocket Pair does win. If it does, hallelujah. I'll just put it that way. So this has been VtuberNMADev21. VtuberNMADev21 with the YouTube reaction. And I will see you guys in less than an hour for a Twitch stream. But first, I'm going to eat some food. And then we're going to be streaming some 7 Deadly Sins Origin over on Twitch. Get even further in that game. And then after that, doing more work on my project, Nightblade Mystic Adventure. So this has been VtuberNMADev21. And I will see you guys in a few hours. Bye-bye. Until then. Bye.